Well, here we go again. Another weekend in the shop. This one's not as urgent. The plan for this weekend is we're gonna start with Callie's car. It's bent pretty bad on this passenger side. Just start pushing on them rails on hers. And I told her, I said, this car isn't gonna be really the same car that it was. You've got all your plates already, so all I can really do is push it back and hope for the best. But she'll have fun. She don't really care. She just wants to be in the arena again with us. I told her, if you can go backward, you got quite a bit of trunk left, but that's probably not going to be an option with her. So we're going to do that. We're going to get this thing up on tires. I'm pretty sure I got an axle for it. I had one in the shop. And I actually had a ball joint already too. So we're just going to change that ball joint on that lower control arm and get this thing standing upright again. My car, we got to change the strut and axle. I got to pull that fender out. It's actually packed up into the strut pretty hard. Of course, we got to fix core supports again. This time it actually ripped all the way off. Nothing's connected at all. Nothing's really connected over here. I know this metal isn't doing much. A lot of guys are probably going to say, well, just cut it off. But that's more of a, I don't like the way it looks without it. So I'm just going to weld it all to that strap there and call it good. Now, other than that, we just got to change this spindle out. This thing got all sorts of gross looking unloaded off the trailer. But the strut lived. We're going to go to solid suspension back here because I'm starting to lose some ride height on. I think she's starting to belly out just a touch in the trunk. So we'll go ahead and get started on these. Colville is the Derby this coming weekend. Hometown show, super fun. We were talking to my brother. There is a slight chance that Honda might see the arena again. Colville does a hard luck award and stuff, and we figure, talking to Waylon's like, it's not really a waste of time. You didn't spend any money. It's right down the road from my house. Let's just do it and go out in that arena. He don't have any reverse anymore. So he's just gonna go forward, go hard, and if it quits, well, I guess he gets front row tickets to the heat. So that's a big maybe right now. As of right now, we'll see. When we start to push the frame straight with the jack, I could show how we do that stuff. It usually don't work very well, don't do much. Because that metal, everybody that does this stuff or works with metal knows that it's got a memory, especially once it's been kinked. You can push that out, several inches. As soon as you let the jack off, it's gonna come back. So you gotta overextend it, right? What's good to do is push on it far enough, and then while there's pressure, weld your plates or whatever, but we're all out of plates. So we're more getting it shaped in a way that she can drive it again. We got a pretty major angle on some steering shaft and stuff. It started getting kind of growly for her to steer. So I don't know. We'll get on it. We'll get some stuff fixed. I'm excited to run Colville. Colville's probably my favorite Derby every year. I know it's hometown, but just the way it's put on and everything it's awesome. It's fun. So yeah, let's get rolling on these again. All right, we got a new ball joint and axle on this side. So that's standing back up straight somewhat. It's leaning a little bit, but I think that was like that before Camus. So that side's fixed. We just pulled this tire off. Everything looks pretty okay. Her tie rod, I can't really see any major bends, but this car's pretty bent. The wheels are kind of towed into each other, but it's so little, I don't think it'll matter. But we're gonna start pushing this frame out, see if it'll move for us. It looks like the rails themselves stayed pretty straight. The subframe stayed straight. It just kind of shoved into the firewall. So you can see right here it bent pretty hard right at the firewall, and the floor is pushed in. So we're gonna hook up the jack and go to pushing. Oh man, not quite. Just go inside on the Wilbur. Try right on that seam, see if it'll hold. Oh. It's so crazy. All right, well, we did some pushing with the jack, and these little quick connect heads we found out are not as tough as we thought. Bent them just a little bit, which is fine, but it straightened out a couple inches is all, and we're gonna call it. What's tough is it's out about as far as they are normally. It's more swayed towards the driver's side, which is kind of iffy because especially on a 6-cylinder, you start getting close to the timing belt. So I'm gonna trim this plate up a little. We'll pull this core support out. I'm gonna unhook the alternator at the derby because I mean, we're so close that if she hits that, it's game over. So we'll pull that off and the belt at the derby. And yeah, we'll pull the core support out a little bit and she's ready to go. So there's not much else we can do to fix the car, so Callie will have to drive. If she can hit with the path or with the driver rail a little harder, maybe hit with this corner, shove the frame back over a little bit, because normally this plate's pretty well touching the transmission. So if she can hit with this side and push it over, she might buy herself a couple more hits with the timing belt, but it's all right. I mean, it's fairly straight. It's straight, and she was hitting W bodies head on, and that's what happens when you hit W bodies head on. They bend. So I think if she can drive smart, hit wheels, it shouldn't really move much. But we're done with this. We're gonna move on to mine now. All right, well, we got a new strut on this side. Tie rods are all looking good. We put a jack on this frame rail on this side and did some pushing. It moved a little bit, not a whole lot, but like I said, these cars are already fully plated, so there's nothing really we can do. We did a few small things, but I don't really think it'll do much. My only hope is that it goes a little bit more and locks in, but all that's really left to do is I gotta build a motor mount, because I found out after Camus that you can't really see it. There's 2 bolts missing on the bottom, and I think what I did is I built this motor mount a little too stiff, a little too hard, and it's broke the block where the 2 bottom bolts go in. So off to the side where the AC condenser, you can see them 2 holes right down in there. I'm gonna bolt a piece to that and just kind of add it to the motor mount. Try and spread out some of the force a little bit, because we got 2 bolts holding this motor in on the front anyway. We still got some other mounts, but this is like the main one. We don't want it to break, so that's that. And then we got to do some sledgehammer work back here, get some of that metal away from the tire. We're gonna go ahead and weld the rear suspension solid. For ride height, she's starting to belly out a little bit, and then we got to change this broken spindle. So them bolts are all seized in there pretty bad, so we'll see how that goes. But that's pretty much it. Callie's car is completely ready, I believe. Put some gas in it. I've got to take a sledgehammer to the trunk lid a little bit, get some of this metal pushed down, and then yeah, mostly just test drive them, make sure everything's running good, and yeah, we'll be good to go. Hopefully for Colville. Dad's bringing his car up in the morning. He's got to get some struts put in his car, new struts, and then Waylon's car, we'll probably just tinker on it throughout the week. If he decides, that's still kind of a big maybe. We got to talk to him still and see what his plan is, but who knows? He don't care. I think it'd just be fun. He did seem a little interested in doing it, so hopefully there's a chance he might bring it up and start working on it a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. I just took a break for a bit, had some lunch. It's extremely warm today, so it's kind of hard to focus when it's this hot, but what do? We got to get her done. What do you think, buddy? You working on your car too? Making a mess in my shop, even more than it already is. I got the spindle changed. We got a little custom down here. Hopefully that don't rip right out, but this strut's pretty bent. I gotta weld the spring kind of popped out of where it's supposed to be, so we're just gonna put a little weld there and hope she rides. Should be fine. Well, we're gonna put the tire back on this, and this car's about done. We gotta weld this loose stuff together. We gotta fix this split line here, and a motor mount, and this car's ready. Well, I've officially got all the suspension back together. Got the tires back on. Still gotta weld the hood back together right here. Gotta build a motor mount. It's kind of funny. I thought I was losing brakes in the Derby, but my floor pushed back far enough that my brake pedal, I couldn't push my brake pedal far enough because the floor was in the way. So we're gonna test drive it. Gonna have to be kind of careful, but I gotta modify that brake pedal just a touch. I think I'll just cut it and move it so it's got more throw. But yeah, she's back together. It looks kind of goofy. I think we're sitting a little bit cockeyed on the rear suspension, but it'll do. It's a pre-ran, it's smashed, it's beat up, it's on its last leg, so we'll see what she's got in her for Colville. But yeah, just a lot of small things. I want to go through and check all my wires and hoses, do some cleanup in here. That fuel pump moved a little bit. That's not the best setup. I don't recommend doing that, but we'll see how she does on a little test drive. Callie wanted to give her car a little test run, make sure everything's okay. It's a little messed up for sure, but it's definitely got some issues, but as long as she can drive it, she'll have fun. Well, test drive was pretty good. I think we got some low transmission oil in the tranny. She's slipping just a touch, but like I said, I'm pretty sure it's low oil. It's been leaking pretty bad, but it was pretty good. It ran good. Callie, I was kind of worried. I think it's just from the strut towers and the frame being pushed back on the passenger side a bit, but the wheels were kind of towed in towards each other, which on the asphalt's kind of a bear to steer, but she did fine in the driveway, and then she did fine down on the gravel. So I think out in that soft arena dirt, she should have no problem turning with some wheel speed. So she's pretty well ready. I noticed the motor pushed back a little more and up. I'm just gonna take the grinder and trim the hood up a little bit, just because it's getting pretty close to the throttle body and shit. So do that, and then she said that it's kind of hard to see out of the back, which obviously it would be. So I'm gonna beat this trunk lid down, and that's about it for me and Callie's car. And then Wilbur's gonna come up tomorrow morning, and we're gonna put new struts in it, and we're gonna try and do a little bit more pushing with the jack. And he's pretty much ready too. His car runs and drives still, obviously, so it'll be good. I'm done for the day though. I'm pretty beat. It was a good day. Tinkering on these pre-rans, there's not much work to do, but you know, it's fun. Once they get to this stage, the care kind of starts to go downhill, and they get kind of war tore and they're beat in. All the little dumb stuff is usually taken care of. So now it's just a matter of driving them till the wheels fall off. So that's the plan for now. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. We were back out in the shop. Wilbur come up this morning. He's got to change some struts, do some pushing, and he's gonna be ready. So what do you think, Wilbur?
I don't know.
What you cutting?
I'm gonna cut that off to get my hand up, so we can get this strut out.
I'm gonna change this strut. You gotta change both of them, right?
Yeah.
That one's way bent, and we might do some work on the trunk. Push the trunk back down a little bit. I got Callie's pushed down last night. She'll be able to see a little better. But yeah, we are just about done with these for Colville. There wasn't a whole lot of work to do where all these cars had all their plates and stuff, so
Hurt pretty bad.
we're pretty wounded going into Colville. Dad's car. Looking at that, it's pretty bad. Dad's car is, but we used some equipment, got things pushed back straight somewhat. I don't know, it'll go again. At least it'll see the arena again, huh?
It'll go till it don't.
Yeah. They usually go until they won't anymore. Wilbur's gonna test drive his car a little bit. He's got some pretty major issues going on with steering and suspension. His front frame rails are pretty well garbage, so. What do you think of Grandpa's car, bud? The trunk smashed. There was some noise from some sort. Alrighty, we're getting this tire back on. When we put everything back together, that tire was touching that strut and it was brand new. Tinkered around for a bit and found out that I think this spindle that was in there, there's a couple hairline cracks right here, and I think it was bent a little bit. I think it was bent, so he's lucky he was able to do what he did. The experience I've had with them, they break. I'd never seen one bend before, but got that changed out and it's looking pretty good, so we'll take it for another test drive. Got the steering straightened up a little bit, so we'll see how it does now. Supposed to take that off before you try climbing in there. Okay, give her a rip, see what it's like. Hopefully it steers better. Wilbur says he's gonna run this one. It'll probably be about it for him for the year. He might run the State Fair or Halloween Havoc. He's pretty much done for the year, and I think his cars are pretty well done too. But it's been good. He's had a good year. That win in Camas is pretty much the biggest show in Utah for us. Running good still, so that's a good sign. Much better?
Way better.
It looks a lot better.
Way better.
That wheel is wobbling just a little, but yeah, it steers better. All right, well, that's gonna be pretty much it for this weekend. Like I said, there wasn't a whole lot going on, just kind of fixing up these old beat up pre-rans. So we're pretty much ready to go. I still got to build a little bit of a motor mount, but I'm gonna have to run to the store and get some bolts this week sometime. But I got the bracket built, ready to go in. So this one's pretty well ready. Got that front end kind of just welded into place. We'll see what happens. That's just gonna be loose tin. Dad got his car up here fixed and left, so he's ready to go, and then Callie's car's ready to go. So it wasn't very exciting this weekend, but we got done what we needed to get done, and these cars are pretty well hammered. So we'll go to the hometown show and have some fun. And my brother, the old Honda, he's still on the fence. He said he's gonna think on it a couple more days. So hopefully he decides to do it. I think it'd be fun to see him in that thing again. He don't have reverse, and that car, you guys seen it's pretty twisted. So, but if he takes it out in the arena, goes for it again, it'd be funny to watch. So I'll see you guys in Colville next week. Thanks for watching.